Happy Sabbath, our viewers. This is Yashis Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Welcome to today's video. Today, I want us to show why a hyena will eat its cubs. The cubs, meaning its children. The young ones of a hyena is known as cubs. So, what to make hyena eat its children? When you look at William Samoei Ruto, we see a man who is in an elaborate plan to contain the Kikuyus. And this is expected because any regime that comes to power must come with ways of self-preservation. So the first 100 days, in fact the first year, will be to consolidate power, self-preservation. Unapomtazama all the kingmakers, when you look at all the kingmakers, the first thing that they do to ensure that they survive is to destroy the kingmakers. And I want us to look at the history of this country, starting with Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta destroyed Jaramogi. He also destroyed Bildad Kagia. He destroyed many other people like Tom Mboya. And he did this to ensure that there is no opposition, to ensure that he has preserved his leadership. Hili jambo la kawaida katika siasa. Usaliti ni jambo ambalo utaliona mara kwa mara na utakuwa ukiliona katika mataifa ambayo yanaendelea. Then when you look at Moi, when Moi took over power, he destroyed Charles Jojo msaliti, and he was accused of even trying to overthrow Moi's government through a coup d'etat, and never materialized. So, and again, when you look at Mwai Kibaki, remember Kibaki Tosha by Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga was betrayed the first day Kibaki named his cabinet. He betrayed Raila Amolo Odinga. The list of cabinet ministers, those times were called ministers, that Raila Amolo gave from LDP were ignored. They were ignored by Kibaki kwa sababu unajua, by the virtue that by the fact that Raila alikuwa amepata uongozi kwa sababu ya Raila Amolo Odinga, basi he had all the reason to destroy him because he was a big threat to his leadership. He had to be contained. The other person was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, we cannot deny the fact that Ruto played a very big role to make him president. Without William Samoei Ruto, I think Uhuru maybe could have never been the president of this country. But finally, William Samoei Ruto was completely destroyed. Remember, even when we were going to the elections, they were not they were not in talking terms. But when you look at the bromance that was there during his first term, in fact, it was like a co-presidency. Kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba tuliona mambo hayo yakiendelea. So now the time comes for William Samoei Ruto. And William Samoei Ruto will definitely destroy Rigathi Gachagua. We will destroy Wahome. We will destroy Dede Nyoro. We will destroy Kimani Wamatagi and Isho Kimani Ichung'wah. All these Kikuyu guys, the current sheriff in town, they will be completely destroyed by William Samoei Ruto in one way or the other. And why am I saying this? Because I'm saying this because these are the people behind the throne. And you see, currently, the Kikuyus have bragging rights of the presidency because they are behind the throne. Without them, William Samoei Ruto maybe could not have been declared the president. Maybe even getting 3 million votes ingekuwa vigumu sana. Again, when you look at, I've said they have bragging rights and they have all the sense, the feeling of entitlement. And that's why you see in every matter utawapata pale ambayo William Samoei Ruto atakuwa akifanya. Katika mikakati mingi ambayo atakuwa akifanya utakuwa ukiona pale. And they must they must not show their ambitions. For them to survive, they must not show their ambitions. And you can only need Robert Greene's book, Why They Should Not Show Their Ambitions. Because once they do this, fisi atakula watoto wake. Nani ndiye alisema hivi? The working constitution, that is Orego, James Orego, he is the one who told the senators that government eats its people. And I can tell you, today, the hyena will eat its children. Now, how is William Samoei Ruto going to contain the nation? How is he doing this? or how is it going to go around this? So if you're joining this channel for the first time, this is Gash's Kaiman. Kindly subscribe if you have not, like our video, comment, and even share. And our number is always there. So the first thing is to give them sensitive assignments. You remember when Kibaki took over, he gave Raila Amolo Odinga the work of reclaiming the Mau forest. And this one, it was put at loggerheads with the Kalenjin nation. Because you know, the Kalenjin had invaded the Mau forest. It was a water tower. Now, the Maasai community, they were suffering a lot. So he was given this assignment, and he faced it, he took it head on, and he was destined to fail. Ask yourself, why was he being given this difficult assignment? It was very, very much deliberate. So even this time, I am sure I can tell you, Wakikuyu watapewa kazi ile gumu sana, kazi ambayo itawamaliza wao wenyewe kisiasa. And it has been happening in most African governments. The other way is that they also be given sensitive dockets, very sensitive dockets, like that of dealing with corruptions. Don't be surprised if William Samoei Ruto comes with the Ministry of Justice and Anti-Corruption. Na wale watu ambao watapewa ni Wakikuyu, ili waweze kukabiliana na mafisadi. And you know, the dragon, the corruption dragon is so strong. Slaying this dragon requires a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice. And normally, watu wengi ambao wanaenda kupigana na ufisadi nchini Kenya ndio ambao wanatafunwa, wanaliwa na hili jinamizi la ufisadi. So they are likely to be given such sensitive dockets. And the purpose is to make them fail and become unpopular and even risk their lives. The other way that African governments deal with kingmakers is through assassinations. Remember people like Gama Pinto. You remember people like Robert Ouko. You remember people like Thomas Boyer. You remember there were so many people who have died in this country, like J.M. Kariuki. Any person who poses a threat to the regime, to the powers that be, is easily eliminated through one way or the other. Now, even today, for instance, unapoangalia kifo cha Saitoti. Kifo cha Saitoti ni kifo ambacho kilizua maswali mengi sana. Ni kifo ambacho mpaka sasa hakijawahi kuteguliwa. Why did he die? How did he die? What really happened? Kwa sababu ni maswali mengi ambayo watu wanajiuliza. Was it an assassination? Was it an assassination? These are questions that people have always been asking. So, African governments are fond of doing this. The other way that I believe William Samoei Ruto is going to contain the Kikuyu is what he's doing currently. You know, he's on mission of bringing other communities into his government, especially the Azimio. Wana Azimio wanaletwa kwa wengi sana. Uliona Ogwai, James Ogwai na wengine wengi, hata Balala utamuona pale, wengi utaona pale. And that is why unaona watu kama Kamada wakijaribu kujipendekeza. Wataingia pale, labda Ruto mwenyewe, no, Ruto is a sure politician, kile anafanya labda anawaleta yeye mwenyewe, he is inviting his government so that they can be many, na they can actually be able to displace these people. Na unajua wakati hao watu wanaingia, kutakuwa na nini? Kutakuwa na mvurutano, kutakuwa na ufisadi, kwamba wanaletwa, kutakuwa na malalamiko, because you see, they'll be displaced. People like Dede Nyoro, people like Kimani Ichung'wah can easily be displaced by these guys who are experienced. Kwa hivyo usitarajie kwamba mambo yataendelea hivyo mpaka 2027. In fact, by the time you go to 2027, Ruto may not be having the support of the Gema nation. The other way is that he is doing this is checkmating. Like now, when you look at the coming of Kiraito Murugi is meant to checkmate Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua. Amewekwa pale kwa sababu unaona ndio asiwe the kingpin of Mount Kenya. Na sasa ukiangalia utaona kwamba Kiraito Murugi ako upande wa Meru na Tharaka Nithi. Kwa hivyo kina Kidiki, they are going to contain Gachagua so that he does not claim to be the kingpin in Mount Kenya. Kwa sababu he will be a threat in case he become the kingpin of Mount Kenya. Kwa hivyo lakini ukiangalia wakati ambapo watu kama Kiraito wanakuja pale, Kiraito akija pale is going to checkmate Gachagua and akina Dede Nyoro so that they don't brag that they are the one who are controlling Mount Kenya. The other thing that he is likely to do, or the other way that he's likely to do, is to bring other leaders from other communities. And you see, his government is standing on the Gema nation's legs, and without the Kikuyu legs, his government cannot stand with the test of time. It cannot last. That's what we are saying. So kile ambacho anajaribu kuleta mihimili ya kushikilia serikali yake, so that the government can strong. In fact, he is looking for a shoulder to lean on should the Kikuyus decide to bolt out, should the Kikuyus decide to betray him, au kuwe na mvutano kati yake. Unajua, mostly this government is going to work, but is going to face a lot of headwinds. Is going to face a lot of challenges. Is going to face upinzani wa hali ya juu sana. Na ule ushindani, upinzani ambao utatokea will be internal, not external. In fact, don't expect Raila Amolo Odinga to be the opposition leader. He has already rejected that. Don't expect ODM to continue playing the watchman role. They are not going to do that. Kwa hivyo the checkmates, ule upinzani utatoka kule ndani na utakuwa ni unaweza kuharibu chama chenyewe. The other way that African leaders, and William Ruto is no exception of this, is to destroy the ruling party deliberately. And this happened wakati ambapo Uhuru Kenyatta destroyed Jubilee. In fact, he destroyed it deliberately so that William Samoei Ruto could not vie using the Jubilee. Kwa sababu unajua kama angesimama na Jubilee, I'm telling you, this man could have swept the whole country. In fact, he could have gotten more than 10 million votes. So the destruction of Jubilee was very much deliberate. And what is likely to happen, William Samoei Ruto is likely to destroy Kenya Kwanza and remain with UDA. And that is why he did not vie with Kenya Kwanza. That is why he vied for the presidency na UDA ticket. Kwa sababu in the fullness of time, he's going to destroy Kenya Kwanza. Kwa hivyo watu kama Mudavadi, kama Wetangula hawatakuwa na maana sana kwake kwa sababu chama kitakuwa tu pale. And if you ask many people know that it is UDA that is leading this country. It is UDA that is at the helm, not Kenya Kwanza. Kwa hivyo that is another way he's going to ensure that he has continued to rule this country and contained the Kikuyu nation. The other way is to deny them funds. Once he denies them funds, what is likely to happen? Unajua pesa ndio pesa ndizo kila kitu katika maendeleo ya nchi, katika siasa. Now without the money, you cannot be able to do much. Without the money, you cannot be able to start for a long time. Those ministries that be led by the Gema nation, by the Kikuyus especially, most likely they'll be starved of funds. Just like the judiciary was starved of funds. And finally, the judiciary came out retaliating and ruling against Raila Amolo Odinga in order to teach Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta a lesson. But the question is, did he learn the lesson? The other way is to take development to Azimio. William Samoei Ruto is likely to take a lot of development to the Azimio basis, to Raila Amolo Odinga's basis, like the coast, Luo Nyanza, even Kisii, and many other places, including Nairobi. And the purpose of this is to ensure that he's getting favor from these people, is to ensure that these people are following him. And in that way, utapata ya kwamba he is likely to get more following from those areas than from the Kikuyus. And this is what happened to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta lost his base, but gained Raila Amolo supporters. Raila Amolo Odinga supporters wakaja wakawa wanamfuata, ndio sasa wanasimama na yeye, lakini akapoteza watu wake. And this is something that any leader must do. You must try to take development to your opponent, a worthy opponent, so that you can get favor from those people. The other way, I think you try as much as possible to finish the Gema nation and Kikuyu in general, is to take development also and visit those places like now Kiharu, Kikuyu, and kwa kina JB Muturi, utamwona akienda pale mara nyingi, even without these guys. And because presence is very, very important. When watu wakikuwa wanakuona, ikiwa watu wanakuona mara nyingi mahali fulani, utaona kwamba kile ambacho kitakuwa ni kwamba they are likely to associate themselves with you. And that this is how William Samoei Ruto was able to gain favorable response from the Gema nation, wakati ambapo alikuwa anaenda kanisani, wakati alikuwa anaenda mahali kwingi. I understand in Kadara for instance, William Samoei Ruto since 2017 he has been in Kadara almost 20 times. And that is why you see the Kadara people voted for him almost to a man. And there are many ways that I believe this man is going to contain the Gema nation. There are many methods that he's going to employ so that he can contain the Kikuyus, because what he's trying to do is to consolidate his power, is what I'm calling self-preservation, which is normal for any emerging or new leader in office. So this is Gashi's Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Till next time, happy Sabbath, our viewers. Bye-bye.